If you see this blue bus anywhere in public, whatever you do, stay far away. Trust me, I am not kidding. Behind me is the Bonnie Blue bus, and well, inside the bus is Bonnie Blue herself, along with the driver and probably some other people as well. And they are basically driving all over to get Bonnie Blue to meet some new people and bringing them in to the bus. Now, I'm not going to go into too many details, but you could probably guess exactly as to what happens in the Bonnie Blue bus. And I could tell you 100% sure that you do not want to be a part of this at all. The fact that she is touring all over in this blue bus and doing what she is doing.
This woman invited children to her house every day, but when the parents discovered what she was really doing with them, they became so furious that they immediately called the police. Claudia, a 32-year-old woman, was known in the neighborhood for organizing children's parties at home. She wore colorful clothes, danced, handed out candy, and everyone thought she simply loved kids. But over time, something started to change. The children came back different, silent. Some woke up screaming at night, saying they didn't want to play with Aunt Claudia anymore. Even so, she kept receiving new visitors, always smiling, always filming everything. Until one day, one of the mothers decided to secretly follow her child. And what she saw through the window was so disturbing that she fell to her knees and called the police, unable to utter a single word. Minutes later, the house was raided. And what the investigators found inside was something no sane mind could ever comprehend. The recordings from that night remain forbidden to this day. Want to know what was inside that house? Comment house for part 2.
This young woman suffered an assault that's hard to believe. Her ex-boyfriend bit off her lower lip.
He wanted to make me ugly so nobody would love me.
Kayla Hayes says Seth Fleury was her first serious boyfriend. She was 17. He was 21.
He made me believe that he loved me.
But Kayla says he became too controlling. Every time she tried to break up with him, he showered her with cards begging forgiveness.
This one says, "I love you, baby." I believed him 100%.
Finally, after 11 months of dating, Kayla broke up with Seth for good. Kayla agreed to meet Seth one last time to return some personal items. She was in her car when he suddenly leaned in to kiss her, but it was no gentle farewell kiss goodbye.
He got about right here and he tried to kiss me. And I leaned back against the seat. And he just latched onto me.
He bit down on her lip with a ferocity that left her stunned.
Breaking now at 11 o'clock, gunfire erupting inside the Westfield Valley Fair Mall in San Jose on one of the busiest shopping days of the year. 3 people were shot in what's been a chaotic Black Friday. Shaken customers seen running from the mall while police cleared the scene. An investigation is underway right now as we are gathering new details. And
just before 6 o'clock, and with that mall packed for Black Friday, this is when this all unfolded. And you can imagine how fast panic spread. Police say this was not an active shooter, but rather an argument that escalated. Tonight, the suspect is still out there. This is the moment fear erupted inside the Macy's at Westfield Valley Fair Mall in San Jose on this Black Friday. People screaming and sprinting out of stores with bags in their hands after gunfire broke out. Law enforcement sources tell ABC News the shooter was with the group when a fight or argument broke out. Officers say he opened fire on the victims at around 5:40 tonight, then took off with several women who had strollers.
2 patients, possibly 3 at this point. Shooter still at large. Scene is not secure.
3 people were shot, all with injuries that are not life-threatening. Investigators are calling this an isolated incident, not an active shooter. Police say they're now reviewing surveillance video and interviewing witnesses, hoping to identify the shooter and the group he was with before he ran off. As of tonight, that suspect is still outstanding.
Either you take me to piss or no, take
After Shauna was placed in the holding cell, Officer Cannon checks on the Intoxilizer 8000 instrument. but doesn't attempt to provide Shauna with any medical assistance, despite her leaving a trail of blood from the room into the cell. In the immediate aftermath of the incident, Officer Cannon can be heard calling his captain.
She jumped up and went to charge out of the room, so I went to place her down, and she went to try to charge out of the room. I went to grab her, and she pulled away, and when I did, I tried to put her in a chair, and she out the chair and smacked her head on the glass.
Following the call, Officer Cannon also discusses the event with Officer Edmonds.
She's dragging blood everywhere. Cause all I did was try to sit her back down in the chair.
That's what I told him. I was like, all he did was try to sit her back down, and she slipped and hit.
Yeah, she was trying to run out of the room.
Yeah.
So I went to grab her, and I didn't slam her. I didn't do anything.
Was she pushing against you?
Yeah.
See, I didn't see that part.
Within 24 hours after the concert incident, Diamond Queen refused the 3 measures that Wendy Shea suggested. She also revealed the key problems behind the whole situation. First, she refused the punishment. She said she was not the only person who got misunderstood at the concert, but she was the only one who got called out and criticized. Then a controversial video was posted online, and she became the target of heavy online attacks. But she said that in the video, she was clearly resisting, not doing anything on purpose. The singer never came forward to clarify the truth. Second, she asked a direct question. Who was the real victim? She said the singer asked her to pay $50,000 for emotional damages. But in reality, the concerts were always overcrowded and chaotic. Many girls were harassed or had their phones stolen, and she experienced this too. For years, nothing improved. But when this incident blew up, they put all the blame on her. The third point shocked the internet the most. She said the singer wanted to blacklist her, saying she caused chaos and ruined the atmosphere. But she explained that she wore a very tight one-piece suit that day. It was hard for her even to bend over, so she could not possibly do the things she was accused of. So people began to ask, if she could barely move, then who caused the chaos?
A woman bought every single rotisserie chicken in the store the day before Thanksgiving, but she was completely misunderstood. No one expected that she bought all the chickens to give them away on the street for free to people experiencing homelessness. At a Sam's Club in Los Angeles, when she placed the final rotisserie chicken into her cart, the customers around her couldn't hold back anymore. Some called her selfish. Some said she was ruining the holiday spirit, and someone even yelled at her. A Christian like you wouldn't do things like this. Everyone assumed she was hoarding, reselling, or trying to make a profit, but she simply stayed quiet, smiled, and proceeded to check out. She didn't argue, not even once, because she knew every judgment was wrong. A few hours later, the same woman appeared on the streets of Los Angeles. She didn't take the chickens home, didn't resell them at a higher price. Instead, she set up a folding table on the sidewalk, cut the warm chickens, plated them, and handed them out. She chose to remind everyone in her own way. Don't rush to judge others, because you never know. Someone might be quietly doing what you never would.
Breaking news out of Stockton, California, where police say multiple people have been shot. The ABC affiliate in the area says 4 people are dead and more than 10 people have been shot in a shooting at a family gathering.
The latest in the line of mass shootings in our country, the San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office has not provided any other information yet about the circumstances or the gunman, but Governor Newsom has been briefed on this situation. Stockton has a history with mass shootings. In fact, there was a time when Stockton was home to the worst secondary school mass shooting in America until Columbine. It was 1989, a mass shooting at Cleveland Elementary School. 5 school children were killed, 31 others were shot. The gunman turned his weapon on himself, killed himself, but Stockton was home to one of the most notorious school shootings before it was really a thing in the United States. And then Columbine came along 10 years later, and assault weapon ban expired, and we've seen what has happened in the interim since that shooting.
Breaking news out of Stockton, California, where police say multiple people have been shot. The ABC affiliate in the area says 4 people are dead and more than 10 people have been shot in a shooting at a family gathering.
The latest in the line of mass shootings in our country, the San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office has not provided any other information yet about the circumstances or the gunman, but Governor Newsom has been briefed on this situation. Stockton has a history with mass shootings. In fact, there was a time when Stockton was home to the the worst secondary school mass shooting in America until Columbine. It was 1989, a mass shooting at Cleveland Elementary School. 5 school children were killed, 31 others were shot. The gunman turned his weapon on himself, killed himself, but Stockton was home to one of the most notorious school shootings before it was really a thing in the United States. And then Columbine came along 10 years later, and assault weapon ban expired, and we've seen what has happened in the interim since that shooting.